Morning. I've got my goodies ready. We're doing Valentine's Day today. Valentine. So we've got a 3D project as well as, I'm gonna do 2 3x3s, I think. I've cut some stuff and we're just gonna see what we make. It's all about Valentine's Day. I was talking with Lance yesterday thinking, which one of these projects should I do? My Facebook Live, and he said Valentine's, because Valentine's Day is coming. And I went, yes, good call. So I'm standing today at my desk and I feel like sometimes it's a bit wobbly. So I'll switch it up if it becomes a problem. Just full disclosure. So let's get to it. What's happening? Happy Saturday to everybody. This is, in case you want to follow along, this is the catalog page. What am I on? I'm on page 8 and 9. Just let me bring up your comments and get myself situated. So we're going to use these. These are called Sweet Little Boxes. You get 10 of them. They're food safe. When I was getting ready for this morning, I thought, oh yeah, good. Maybe I'll use it for storing. I have this. I don't even know why we keep it in a box, to be honest with you. Like, look at it. It's ridiculous. You should be better with a rubber band. And I thought, oh yeah, maybe these will fit. Where's the box? And it doesn't though. This is the box. Which end? This one. So I did get a, gosh, how do you open this? Closed so well. I got a box template to make from my friend Erica. Look at, it's so close. And I thought, yes, I could go to the dollar store, grab some cards for everybody. No, don't do that. They don't fit. They're food safe, so that should mean an indication that I should put some food in here. So we're gonna use those. And then I'm gonna case the caddy, they call it. A caddy is a catalog. So we're gonna kind of do something similar to this, and then we're gonna do this, something kind of similar to here. So let's do it. I wanna show you this designer series paper that we're gonna be using first, because it's really kind of busy. How's my light? Morning, Kate. So I'm just going to quickly flip through. So designer series paper, they're always 12 by 12. They're double-sided, and you get one of each. So we're going to be doing some fussy cutting with these. So normally I don't buy like Valentine's Day type stamp sets and things, because I like Valentine's Day. I'm just not a super fan of Valentine's Day, but I always find that I do well with the designer series paper, because you can make all kinds of stuff with the designer series paper. It's very versatile, and I don't necessarily have to have a stamp set and die for it. I don't actually know. This suite might actually even be on back order. You can make this tiny little envelope, which is so cute. See that die right there? And then you make this tiny envelope. And I think some of the dies you could probably cut out images from the designer series paper. That's a tip for you, because sometimes Stampin' Up does it like that. So that's the paper. I'm interested to know what you guys do for Valentine's Day. Do you get like the whole suite and do up a whole thing? Or do you just kind of work with what you have? I agree. The DSP is beautiful. Okay, so let's do 3D first. I just feel like it's gonna be fun. Okay, so we're gonna do fussy cutting. So let's look at the boxes first. So now, I was up early again today. So what I have done is I put the link in the Facebook tutorial of all the supplies I'm using in case you want to see it or get a closer look at them. So sweet little boxes, you get 10 in there, food safe. So here's how they come. So I'm telling you, this is so much easier than trying to, you know, have a sheet of cardstock and measure and score and cut and all the things. Very, very cool to have these boxes. I feel like I actually did this one inside out. I feel like the shiny part might need to go on the inside. So to make these boxes, you're just going to crease all of the pre-scored lines. I don't know that you need to use your bone folder. Like the box is pretty substantial. Like it's got a good weight to it. It's thicker than our normal cardstock. So then really what you're going to do, okay, so let's just do it. Let's just get on with it. Stop talking about it. So these little pieces, these 3M, this is your double-sided sticky tape. You can, I recommend doing tear and tape, which is very similar to this. Double-sided sticky tape for your 3D projects. You can use Stampin' Seal Plus, and you can use Tombow. All suitable adhesives. I prefer these, like I prefer tear and tape because there's no doubt about it. It's not coming up ever. So I'm using my take your pick tool because these little things are difficult sometimes to get up with your nail. So I find a pokey tool or something sharp to sort of get in between these is helpful. So you can see the strips of tape are already on there for you, which is awesome. So to make this, we've already creased so they're a bit pliable. We're gonna tuck in our edges. So let's talk about where the seam is gonna be. So see on this box where you've got the seam coming this way. Let's set this aside. So when you open the box this way, I thought, well, who designed this? Because I don't want the seam on where it's coming in. I want it to look like this, if it matters. Like you might not even notice, but really it was user error, not design error, because I have the inside out, if that makes sense. So I'm going to crease these in, and then you're going to just basically tuck like this. So when oh my God, it's so sticky. When I close this, this is going to be on the outside of here, and then it'll be exactly like this, but the seam is going to be at the back, which is what my preference is. So you only get one shot at this, no pressure. So I'm just closing it. Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. Might actually just put it down, and I'm gonna put the edges flat down, and then I'm just gonna bring it up. Nailed it. Woo! Nailed it. Boxes are cute. I'm a bit disappointed that the cards don't fit. Gosh, wouldn't that be so simple just to get cards and then throw them in? I love cards. They're so fun. The boys and I have been playing a deck building game, a Harry Potter deck building game. Yeah, I don't want to brag, but we defeated Voldemort the other night, so got that going for me. Okay, so here's a piece of DSP, Designer Series paper from that stack, and I cut out some of these already, but I just want to show you for cutting. So we're fussy cutting. So I have my paper snips and I've got my DSP. I am moving the paper. I'm not moving the scissors, if that makes sense. I have found that you either love it or you hate it. I know you guys are going to jump on and be like, I love it. No, I hate it. I don't mind it. I prefer not to have to do it a ton. So these are supposed to look a bit wonky. Now, the other type of, excuse me, fussy cutting you can do. So this is, I was going to put it on this. So there's right to the edge of the image, right? This one I'm going to do where there's a bit of white around the outside. And I just want to show you the difference, whoops, in that you can fussy cut in different ways. So this way, with a bit of white around the edge, is more like if you were to say have the dies, I don't even know if they cut out the dies, if the dies cut out from this DSP, but if you were to stamp this and then die cut, you have this little white edge around. So that shows you the option, the differences. It's really your preference, really. So the measurements are on the link I provided. I have Highland Heather and then a piece of the DSP. Sorry, I'm shaking. So then what I did, because I don't have the stamp set, is I took out my, what are these called? Playful alphabet dies, and I cut out X's and O's, because that's part of my theme. And I did it in real red, so it matches the paper. All right, so let's put this together. So I'm gonna close this. You know what you could do? I'm gonna do it, hang on. This means it's retired, but so don't, you can only do this if you have like a teeny tiny little punch like this, but remember how I couldn't open the box? I'm just gonna put myself a little doodad so that I can get it open. See? Might do that a bit deeper. Officially have a doodad. You could probably cut out a little wedge. Stampin' Up doesn't sell circle punches anymore, which is sad, but I'm hoping they'll come back, maybe in the next annual catalog or the one after. All right, so here I have my seams. They're pointed to the back. I have a piece of Highland Heather cardstock. I feel like I actually want to trim it now that I put my doodad. I'm just going to trim it. My measurement was 6.5 by 3 1/4. So I'm actually going to do 3 1/8, I think. Let's see if that fits better. I'm going to 3. And then I'll have to cut down this guy because this one is exactly the same and I want them to layer. So I'm going to go 2 3/4. So this is the Stampin' trimmer I'm using. And it's got a scoring blade and a cutting blade. So it does all the things I need it to do. So see how that's gonna layer? Love it. All right, let's get this wrapped around the box. So to do this, I'm really just gonna massage it. Massage and so I'm gonna try to get it kind of about even. I mean, I suppose you could score it and all that jazz. I don't think it's necessary per se. Because now I have the pieces, or the sort of ish scoring. You know what, this is convenient crafting right here, rather than trying to get all the measurements. I'm kind of cheating actually. See, ta-da! You wouldn't even know. Whew, not a lot of room there. Okay, so that's that. Now where's my tape? I'm gonna use tear and tape actually, because I happen to have it right here. Where's my end? So what's happening today? Looks like it's gonna be beautiful. Lance has already left to go for a hike out someplace. What are you guys doing? What's the plan for today? I've got some schoolwork to do. And maybe I'll drag Zach out for a walk. I don't know how early everybody gets up, but my alarm went off at about 7-ish. And it was a beautiful sunrise, like beautiful. When I see a sunrise, I feel like I want to get down to my craft room and get out my blending brushes and all my inks and recreate the colors, which I have done a couple of times in past tutorials or classes. It doesn't always turn out quite the same, but it's definitely inspiration. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. All right, so I've got my adhesive. I've got my bit that's sticking on me. All right, so like I said, you get one shot when it comes to tear and tape, so focus, ladies and gents. And I'm gonna fold, and I'm folding. Nailed it. Awesome. Now we have the beautiful DSP. I don't actually know what this is. What is this? This thing. Is this a jar maybe? It's like an upside down jar. I don't know what it is. So we're going on this side. So same. I'm gonna get it about center. That's a good plan, Kate. I used to get Zach to craft. Used to be a thing. Now he's 13 and it's not cool anymore, Mom. Good luck with that. He does, Zach does craft though. He does make me beautiful cards, and he would probably never admit it, but he knows how to use all the tools. He can use the embossing machine. He cuts out die pieces. He embosses the paper. He uses my little color wheel that I have, this thing. And it shows you, so if you say pick orange, and then you've got the complementary colors on this color wheel, so then I kind of match it up with the Stampin' Up colors. So he'll get out the color wheel and he'll get out all the matching papers. He does a good job. All right, see how that's gonna be? Beautiful. So this is gonna bother me, but I'm gonna roll with it. So I think I'll change the measurements in my template there to be just a smidge more. Let me grab my wet glue. My multi-purpose glue, probably clogged. I don't know why this time I'm using this versus the tear and tape. Oh, come on. There it is. So I want to focus on getting to the edges on this one because I want them to lay flat. So it's really not very much glue, adhesive, but I do want the edges to be down. So if you're focusing on edges being down, if you go too heavy, it's gonna ooze, which is fixable if it oozes, but ideally it would be good if we didn't have to fix it. So cute. Okay, so this one I am holding just so it gets tacky. With the, whatchamacallit, with the tear and tape, it sticks down and you're committed 100%. Tombow glue though, it's a little forgiving. Oh yeah, that treasure chest, Kate, so cute. for all of the supplies. Lori, this color wheel came from when I was sewing, and I used to take it to the sewing place when I was doing quilts and stuff to kind of see what colors match. I just got it on Amazon. I think it was 10 or 12 bucks. And then there's, let me show you this. Kate and I were just talking about these yesterday. So this is a download. If you don't know about this, I'm happy to email it to you. So these are, so the download is this paper. It's a PDF, and then you cut it up. So for example, if I have, let's use the colors we're using. So I'm gonna go, these are the color families. And then I have a ton of these. I'm happy to give you some if you need them. So I'm gonna flip to Gorgeous Grape, and then I'm gonna see, what kind of colors go with. So in this case, you could do color palette of Gorgeous Grape, Petal Pink, and Cajun Craze. So this is helpful. The color wheel is also helpful, but these are specific to Stampin' Up! Colors. Okay. Now, to come up with what I'm gonna decorate this with, just wanna bring out a couple of pieces. So I feel like I'm gonna do a little thing here, and then my fussy cut pieces, I might just layer some hearts. So where's my stamp set? The stamp set I'm gonna use is Through It Together, which, okay, I'm embarrassed to say, I think I've used one of these stamps. Believe in Yourself. It's got a lot of really cool sentiments, so I will be bringing this to the forefront of, I'll just give you a second to read some of those. I will email you the download, Lori, so you have it. So today we're going to use Sending You This Paper Hug on the other card. But I think I'm going to say I love you no matter what. So it's not specific, it's not a stamp set that's specific to Valentine's, but you can definitely use the sentiments. All right, so these are cling stamps. I love you no matter what. I just posted a video tutorial on how to do this, the different types of stamps by Stampin' Up, and then how to prepare them. So those of you who are coming to the Birthday Blitz class, I'm sending you an email after this class with all the links and all the doodads, and it'll have a link to the video which shows you what I'm about to do right now. Stamp, I've taken off the paper backing. I've pulled out the appropriate sticker. There's a few different ways to do this, but this is how I do it. I have to bring this kind of closer. So with sentiments, you want to make sure that you're getting them even all the way around. So that's what it is. And then the sticker is on there so that you can then pick up your stamp. That's the long and short of it. All right, so I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use the matching Highland Heather. So this is from the double oval punch. Oh, I think I'm gonna punch the other end, actually. Here it is. So this is the punch, and this is the paper. I love this punch because it nests them both. Which one do I want? Oh, look at that. I feel like I'm gonna see how that fits perfectly. Love it. I think I want the white. Oh, maybe I want this. Stand by. Do you guys have this oval punch? I love it. I think that's the way we're gonna go. Could have gone either way. This is what we're doing. I'm a punch pro. You're so funny, Kate. All right, so here's, I feel like I should be stamping this on something, but I don't have my work mat. Doesn't even look like I have any ink on there. Okay, so if you have a brand new stamp set, I don't find this much on the cling stamps, but for sure the photopolymer, like the clear ones, sometimes they don't stamp right the first go because they have a bit of like a film on them. That's perfect though. Could be that this is just a light ink pad. So you just want to sort of rub them to get them organized a bit. So I'm just going to go straight up glue. I don't think I'm going to put any dimension on this today because of the box. It's already 3D. So let that get tacky. And so I'm going to put this, I think, a bit on an angle. And I have my X's and O's as well. So I think I might add, yeah, that's so cute. Let me get my glue dots. So you can, you can use wet glue to get these on. I might abandon and use them, but I just don't want to deal with oozing glue today. Right in the middle of the X. All right, let's get this down now that it's tacky. Good, good. My X and O. I think this one will be for Zach. My X. Ah. Love it. And then this one, it's not really staying down. I gotta let it be tacky. I want to go over or under? I want to go over. So what are you guys making for Valentine's Day projects? I didn't hear from anybody what y'all do. Well, Kate says Kai's gonna do some Valentines. Probably do something for my team at work. There it is. There's the box with my doodad. I love it. Okay, let's do our 3x3 cards. Got all my junk in the way now. Stand by. So these are the pieces that I organized. Save some of these. So we'll put this off to the side so you can see it. And so these are my two 3x3. So it's 6 by 3 and then scored at 3 to make 3x3. So I'm going to use these Pastel Pearls. Shockingly, I haven't used any of them yet, but I'm working with purple, so that's perfect. Now this, just to remind you, we're casing this card-ish, but I don't have the X's and O's, so I'm gonna use this sentiment stamp as my background, and then I have the strips cut. And we're just gonna see how it all kind of comes together. I'm going to use Sending You This Paper Hug. So I gotta mount that. So you get to see it again. Is that right? Sending You This Paper Hug. So I'm gonna find my sticker, which is here. So this one's like perforated. See how it, so you wanna make sure you're, especially with a sentiment, that it's going the right way. So I don't know if I said this already, but once this is on, it's on. Oh. All right, so I did not bring my stamp cleaner. So I'm just gonna use the other side. Now, Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather are very complementary to one another. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. And just sidebar, I've got, this is re-inker drops in here. So if you have a watercolor pen or a blends brush, that's what I've been doing there. So I'm going to do first and second generation stamping just to create my background. And just want something to catch the edge here as I stamp if I go off. What else can I tell you about? Registered for a course at Royal Roads called Academic Writing and Critical Thinking. So I've got some homework to do today. It's pretty cool doing, they have a good online platform to do your course. I'm enjoying it. It's cool. I'm glad I signed up. Okay, so we'll set this aside. So there's our background. And now I have, just gonna crease this down some more. Yeah, for sure, background on your, with your flower stamp set. For sure, Kate. All right, so, do you remember last week we did some fancy flagging? So we're gonna do it again. Let me see, actually, just let me see where I'm at with my strips first. So I highly recommend using strips for 3x3 cards. Like if you have a whole thing full of scraps of paper, making 3x3 cards with the scraps of paper is super handy because you don't really need a lot of paper, right? Oh, Lori, you're right. There's the new class I should be talking about, which is the Ladybug Stamp Camp. It's on February 27th. And it's 9 projects with the bundle. It's a whole thing. I need to put that up today on my social media. It was in my newsletter. I don't have the deadline registration on the top of my mind. It's usually 2 weeks before though. Usually. I feel like this is how this is coming together. So let's flag this one. Yeah, so Stamp Camp is the Ladybug bundle. And it's not just specific to ladybugs because you can, well, my projects, we're gonna do some bees. And there's 3D projects, so you get 9 projects. So 3 regular cards, 3 fun folds, and 3 3Ds. And it's with myself and Erica, who has from Media Paper Crafts, and our friend Adrian, who has who is the Victoria Paper Shaper. So with the Stamp Camp, it's kind of like an all-day event. There's prizes, and the cool part is that you get to see how each of us use the bundle, because we have different styles, and yeah, it's super fun. I love doing the Stamp Camps with my fellow demonstrators because I personally like to see the different styles of projects as well. Oh, maybe I should go that way. Okay, this card is coming together. So there's no real rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of randomly adding strips. You could for sure use some dimension on these. I give away a lot of 3x3 cards, so it's great to be able to use the scraps. Now these pieces, all of these are from my little drawer of bits and bobs. And I was thinking, what can I add to the card to have scraps? I don't think it's going to be any of these, to be perfectly honest with you. I think you could maybe do this, or I was thinking you could even do this. Maybe on the next one, maybe like this. Ooh, might do this one this way. All right, let's focus here. So I think I'm going to use this other oval nesting set, and I'm going to use the same sentiment that I did for the background in the darker. So this is Highland Heather, but the ink we're using is Gorgeous Grape. And this is perfect, these little stamps for this oval. It fits perfectly. Sometimes you have a sentiment piece that is too small for the die cut, which in that case you can always add like a bit of flowers or something, you know, stamped off to the side to fill in the blank space. You don't need to for this one though, because it fits. And then we have our little pieces. So I've not used any dies. I've used my trimmer, my snips, and one punch, which really you don't even have to have the punch. I think I might go down here with this, and I'm going to add my hearts and my embellishments. I also brought out this, which is, what is this? This is, I have to find English, crinkled seam binding ribbon. This is very delicate, and you can color this ribbon. So of course Stampin' Up has matching ribbons to the colors, but they have this white, this white ribbon, and if you have Stampin' Up blends or the markers, you can just color this ribbon so that it matches your project. So rather than buying a whole spool of a particular color, you can get this spool and then just color it to match. But I like white. So you have to be okay with the crinkle. Just make this a bit smaller. Whoops. There we go. Fussing with my bow. All right, let's get this on. I might go a bit on an angle again, kind of like the angle. You are cute and BFF. So I have to do up some of these for my team. I'm having a moment here. I feel like I want this. Yeah, that's what I want. And then maybe this one over here. Yeah. All right, glue dots. It's coming together. I'm gonna just half that because the ribbon knot is thin. Love it. All right, Pastel Pearls. Let's see what's happening with this. Now, do you remember my trick that I saw somebody else doing? Putty end, my putty end. Ooh, these are pretty, ooh, look. I didn't even realize there was pink in here. This is like Blushing Bride. I love pink No, I don't. I don't love pink. I love rose gold. I don't know if you guys have noticed that I've changed my logo and stuff to be more rose gold-esque. I feel like these are really big. Whatever, they're going down. Oh yeah, that's good. Maybe a pink. See how that putty just lifts it right off of there? Makes me happy. I don't know where I want to put this. How about right there? Okay, I gotta go one more because we have to do them in threes. We're going right there. This is a heavy duty for a 3x3 card. All right, let's do this one. Similar though. That one only took 10 minutes to do, but I was kind of fussing around with it. So let's just see. No. These ones kind of go this way. I kind of cut them the wrong. Let's go this way. Oh yes. Yep. That's what's gonna happen. Do I have any more? No. Okay, so we're gonna do this one, this one, this one, and then purple on this side. Yep, I see it coming together. Do you see it? So do you guys have no. Do you guys have one of these? Let me just show you. I'm sure I've showed you before, but one of these, look at this, extras. This is where I got the pieces from. I have all sorts of extra bits. So this is great for little cards and whatnot. It can be a bit overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot going on in here. Sometimes I spread it out all over the desk and just make cards from all of these extra bits. Anyways, that's where I got these pieces from. Some of these pieces. I think I might actually go, yep, that's gonna happen. And, yep, that's gonna happen as well. Okay, wait, I should measure for sure. It is. So this is a die. I don't know what set it's from, sorry. Do not know off the top of my head. So let's glue this down. Yeah, so don't throw away your scraps. You can make 3x3s. Now, if you were to get, I've used 8.5 by 11 for my card base, but you could get 12x12 cardstock. And then the numbers would just work out better. You'd have less waste. I am gonna get my dimensionals though. I feel like they needs to be popped. All right, so let's stamp a sentiment. See, this isn't gonna be long enough. Let's find a longer one. Ah, you are loved today and always. This is really cool stamp set with much love. I think I'm gonna do this one. You are loved today and always. Oh, I hear Zachary. You are loved. Sorry, just need to find, there's some small words. Oh, here it is. There it is. We'll take our backing off. Morning, Zach. You say hi to the world on Facebook. Oh, and he left. That's so funny. All right, so make sure our sentiment is the right way. this one. Oh my gosh. The pressure of getting it straight. Awesome. Oh, it's not going to fit on that block. So on your sentiment, if it's not quite right this way, you can turn it and usually it fits. D block is usually what I use for, I think probably 99% of my stamping. Or a Stamparatus if you have it. You are loved today and always. I think that one will be for Lance. Okay, so let's commit to, so I'm gonna glue these down and we're just gonna get them a bit wonky. Today's the wonky day. Everything's a bit off kilter. That's life right now, right? Everything's just a little bit wonky. So we're gonna roll with it. So you could totally do a background like we did with this one, now that I'm thinking about it. So you can make your own background. So on the theme of 12 by 12 paper, you can also, so if you had your 12 by 12 paper and a stamp set that you like, that's sentiment and images, let's say. I just want to snip this down. You can take a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, take all the stamps from the stamp set, images, sentiments, all the things, and just make your own DSP. It's totally possible. So you can use complementary colors, like on that color chart. Pick a family of colors and just make your background. Start with the larger images first, typically. Don't be afraid to go off the paper. And yeah, then fill in with some of the smaller images. So I'm just using, this is the dimensionals, but of course you don't forget to cut your edges so that you can use the side pieces and get the most out of your dimensionals. So this one's popped up going right over. I love it. Now I'm gonna add one of those. And maybe this one down here. Maybe up here. And let's maybe gray this time. Oops. So if you need more putty, which I do, you just twist and more will come out the top. And then you can get refills too. All right, I am gonna do maybe 3 of them right next to each other right here. I'm shaking today. Do you see me shaking? Or what's happening? Caffeine's kicking in maybe. The dimensional fits perfectly, so it's gonna be popped, which matches that level. I think I'm gonna do this one down here. Does it fit? Ooh, just. We do have mini dimensionals as well. Wait a second. I'm gonna add some ribbon. Oh, and my X's and O's. Should I do X's and O's? O's and X, X's and O's. What do you think? X's and O's or no X's and O's? Share with me in the comments. And I think I'm gonna do a little ribbon or a little bow. Then we're done. You can get on with your day. I hope you're crafting today, doing something. I have to do chores later today. Schoolwork, chores, and a walk. That's the plan. You Yeah, we're gonna add a bow. Why not? It's so delicate, this ribbon. Okay, do we say X's, no's? Pam says yes, Kate says no, Wendy says yes. All right, ladies, they're going on. 2 say yes. Okay, so obviously I'm using glue this time. The, what do you call it? The glue dots were just kind of made them pop a little bit because it's like a bit, it just pops them up a bit, which I didn't really. We'll try the glue. Okay, so we might not have room for this bow now. That's okay. I'm gonna add this one. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I think the bow might be too much. Awesome. I had a ton of fun, guys, crafting today. So to recap, the link in the description has the supply list and the measurements and all the things. Thank you, Lori, for the reminder on the Ladybug Stamp Camp, February 27th. If you want the color coach that we talked about before, I will post it in the description, and then just comment and I'll attach it to your comment in this feed as well. And if you're watching afterwards, like replay, be sure to tag me so that I get notified of your comments. I can't always go back and look at the comments. Yeah, so options for you. That'll help you with your, I'm color challenged, so I find those things help. Look at me adding a bow, even though I said I'm not adding a bow. I'm a rebel. Sure. Okay. These are all of our projects. Very festive and Valentine-y. Okay, have a great Saturday, guys. Thanks for joining me. See you next week. See you online. Have an awesome Saturday, guys. Bye for now.